Welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be looking at the Redragon K595RGB, as well as these Keycap kits from Redragon, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on that. Yeah. Let's first start off with the Redragon K595 keyboard to see what it is and what some of the features are. Now the K595 is a wired 104 key mechanical keyboard with individually lit RGB keys as well as an RGB rim light. Just look at it, it's gorgeous. The keyboard also has a raised key design, so the keys are kind of above the top surface of the keyboard instead of kind of resting within the keyboard, which for me looks kind of cool. Now the Redragon K595 comes standard with black keys. You do get 4 spare ones in the box as well, and the black keys are kind of the silent types, but you kind of do lose the tactile feel. It's still there, but it's very vague compared to other keys, which is a shame because I actually like the silent type more than I like the clicky types when it comes to mechanical keyboards. Now in the box you'll find a few things. You'll find the keyboard, you'll find 4 replacement keys, which by the way is rated for 50 million clicks if you didn't know. Those are kind of standard for key clicks in mechanical keyboards. Your booklet, which you don't want to get rid of, and of course your keycap and key removers. Now one thing I disliked and liked at the same time is the fact that the Redragon K595 does not have software to control the RGB lighting, but instead makes use of combo keys that you'll have to press to get different effects and different things to happen on the keyboard. Now, to give you an example out of this little booklet, and this is why you don't want to get rid of the booklet, is if you for instance press the FN plus the insert key, you can cycle between the trail of light, breathing, normally on. FN plus the home button will give you a ripple graph, pass with trace, or coastal. And with all of these kind of effects, there's more. You can actually change the brightness by example doing FN plus the plus or the minus keys, then you can change the brightness of that. FN plus left will actually change the direction of the effect. FN plus right will cycle between colors, especially if you have normally on and you might have different colors. There are 8 to choose from, by the way. And yeah, you kind of do all of these to change the type of modes and things that you can do. You can also make your own custom ones, which if you have the keyboard, you can kind of go into depth with this, so don't lose this. Don't lose this part. Now, one thing I did like about all these combo keys is that the rim light and the key lights are separate types of functions. So you can have your rim light be a effect that runs, or it can be an effect that's just static while your keys run. They are controlled individually, so you don't have to worry about changing the effect and the effect of everything changing on the keyboard, but rather you can change the keyboard, the keys, and you can change the rim light all separately, so you can have 2 different effects on the same keyboard. Now a while back I did do a review on the K596, which was a wireless keyboard from Redragon, which had software to change the RGB, but in that keyboard there were only a few options you can actually choose from, and I would have loved to actually have that keyboard have the combo key, since there's not a lot you can do design wise on that keyboard, in the sense of there's not a lot of color changes, so there's not a lot of different key combos you need to press, whereas with this one there's a lot of different effects, a lot of different colors. So I would rather have software for this keyboard where you can visually see what you're changing, instead of having software on a keyboard that just kind of changes colors, I guess. So yeah, that's my one thing about the lighting on this keyboard. So yeah. Now when it comes to build quality, the K595 is hefty, especially take a look at how thin it is, and it also doesn't flex easily, even though the entire keyboard seems to be made out of plastic. And of course the keys do feel great. I just don't like the fact that they're not as tactile feeling, but at the end of the day you can replace all of these keys easily. It's not like it's something that you're stuck with forever. You can easily go out, get your own types of keys that you want, replace all these black keys, then you'll have an amazing keyboard. And even though I did lose the tactile feel, this keyboard did feel amazing while gaming, while writing, while just using it in general for the past couple of days. I've had a blast using it. It feels amazing. The entire keyboard just feels good. I don't know what it is about it, but it just feels good. And for me, that is a thumbs up on quality. Now in the looks department, this keyboard really does look extremely well. I like the thin design, I like the raised keys out of like the top of the keyboard. I also like the font on the keycaps, which might not be such a big thing for most people, but for me, I enjoy a good looking font on my keys. And I know a lot of other people also enjoy good looking fonts on their keys. So that's a big plus. And the fact that that little rim light around the edge, big fan. So for me, I am a huge fan of how this keyboard looks, and the fact that it does what it says it does, and it does it well, makes it just that much better. Now on to the fun stuff, and that is the customization. And for that I have two kits sold by Redragon, and they kind of look like this. They're in this like thin plastic shells, and you get 104 keys in these packs as well as a key remover. So if you're buying this kit, you know you have all the keys that you would need, and you know that they will fit on your Redragon keyboard no matter what, since they're sold by the same company. Now in this video I won't be showing you how to actually remove and replace all the keys, because it's a 104 key keyboard and I had to remove all the keys 3 times to get through all of them. So rather I'm just gonna show you guys the end results. Now the keys I actually got sent are round keys and these squarish keys that look like they have a glossy coat on the top. Now I have to say I'm a big fan of the round keys. They have this matte type finish at the top while having a glossy finish on the rim, and they kind of look like typewriter keys, which look pretty cool. The other keys on the other hand, I'm not that big a fan of, and there's a few reasons. The first reason is the glossy outside makes the keys look cheap as well as the keyboard look cheap. It could look good on other keyboards, but it does make this keyboard look a little cheap, and I kind of get and see what look they may have gone for with the glossy outside, as it kind of refracts the light and kind of illuminates the entire key better than it would if it's a matte key. And then also those keys leave fingerprints. And if you're anything like me, I hate it when there's fingerprints on things. And I would constantly try and clean the keyboard instead of just using it. For that reason alone, I'm not a big fan of the glossy keys. So if you're looking at these kits, I would highly suggest the round keys. They look good. They're kind of hard to take off again. I'm gonna have to add that. They're not the easiest since they're round. Those little keycaps kind of just twist off. So just bear that in mind, that it's gonna be harder to take off those keys in the long run if you remove keys a lot. So other than that, they look amazing. I am a big fan of the round ones. The glossy ones on the other end, I know there's a market for someone out there, so if you like the glossy keys, they're also amazing. They still feel good, they look good. It's just my personal preference, not a big fan, and since they kind of leave fingerprints, that is a no for me. Now, I like the fact that Redragon actually sells these keys, and I know a lot of other companies sell these keys as well, but if you have a Redragon keyboard, you know that these keys will definitely fit your keyboard, and these keys are kind of cost effective as well. They're not too expensive, so I do believe that it's good value for money, especially the fact that you get all 104 keys, so you don't have to buy different kits. You can just buy the one kit and throw it on any of your keyboards. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, also hit that little bell notification to get notified when I release another video. Also, in the comment section down below, tell me, is the K595 a good looking keyboard? By the way, the answer is yes. And if you want to ask me any questions, leave them down in the description below, or if you want to ask me live, head over to my Twitch channel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon. Come there, ask your question, or just come and hang out. Love to have you guys there. Until next time, cheers.